I think that the pandemic made a lot of us, really step back and deconstruct what's effective about reaching people about the mission. And when you think about what leaders do, there's many things you can delegate, but getting people excited about your mission and how you plan to accomplish it is something that only you can do.
Yeah.
And there was a style that all of us who, we kind of try, refine this every day, but there was a style that just worked for us in the in-person setting that we had to completely throw out and try again for. And so we go through this in the book, but kind of just starting from first principles, thinking about, who are the different folks at the company that need to hear this, and how do you tailor your message accordingly? And so a couple of things we did, one is, adding a little bit more visual to it, right? Because when you're sitting in a group, you have the body language to try to engage people, and you can do the vocal intonations. I think, the benefit of Zoom is that you're less scary and more accessible. The cost of Zoom is that the communication becomes less three-dimensional. And so we have to have intention, to add the three dimensions into it. The second thing that I found extremely helpful is that, and one of our values here at Spero is humility. In my view is that, there's at a certain point, you don't want to hear me talk anymore. So we pass the mic a lot, because I think it helps with people staying engaged. And also we found that when you're on your 15th Zoom of the day, it gets a little monotonic. So trying to change it up was extremely helpful. And the final thing that we typically didn't do in the before times was increasing interactivity. So I'll go back to, having people engage in a poll or a chat, or responding to something, or taking on a piece of the dialogue, I think was extremely helpful, because it kind of combats that kind of monotonic fatigue. If I'm the 15th person you've seen on the screen today, it doesn't matter how dynamic I am, you're probably a little bit fatigued. So we tried to change it up and kind of meet folks again where they are. We are all hands huddles are at the end of the day. So we realized that, I will be the 15th person you've seen on the screen today. And so we're going to do something a little bit different, or you're going to hear from someone different, or we're going to do it in a different way.
Yeah, I love that. We do a town hall here, and I would say the first couple of years that we've been doing this town hall across our entire organization, we're virtual. We have 6 locations, 7 now, or actually 9 now. So you have employees all over the country. So you're trying to bring them all together. So we've been using WebEx, Zoom, Teams as a vehicle to do that. And it started off the first couple of years where it was PowerPoint presentations, and we walked through numbers, and we walked through things. We try to get through a lot of content, a lot of information. And we decided that the engagement level wasn't where we wanted to be, right? So I sit there, and if I went back and watch the sessions, even though I'm on it, it's like, man, this is freaking boring. We have to do something a little bit more. So we've turned our town halls more into a conversation, right? So it's 3 or 4 of the executive leaders get together, and we talk about pertinent elements, and we focus on 1 or 2. We don't talk about everything. We're not doing, here's our financial report out, here's the strategic report out. We find 1 or 2 things that we think are really relevant in focusing on that.